Good morning. Welcome. Time to get started. It's 5 o'clock. So today is like day 95 of this program. So let's talk about the routine and do a meditation. Before that, wanted to just quickly share something. So yesterday it was a Sunday, and probably some of you know that a few of us tried uh, a distraction-free Sunday. So from for 12 hours, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I kept all my devices and everything switched off. Um, so yesterday's this session was at around 6 o'clock. It got done at 5 o'clock. So it finished by around 5:45, and then I finished a few other things quickly. And around 5:55, I switched off my phone, laptop, logged up everything, and uh, and for next 12 hours, everything was sort of off. And a couple of things. So one was uh, uh, it was a very enjoyable and peaceful Sunday. Um, it wasn't. I was wondering, will it lead to? Uh, will I feel? Will I feel a little anxious, or will it be weird? It was absolutely normal. In fact, didn't feel any different from. I mean, it didn't feel like awkward. It was obviously very different. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't. I didn't feel any anxiety. I didn't feel like I was missing something. So those were the good things. And I think it wasn't feeling that sort of um, I was not feeling weird or anything because over the last couple of weeks, I have been off and on trying these things, but I've never done for 12 hours. But a couple of hours, I would switch off my phone. That would always happen. But for 12 hours, and that to not just phone, laptop, everything, any kind of digital thing, and also uh, I was not trying to consciously work on my startup idea or something else. It was just like I'll be reading or doing whatever I want to do. And couple of benefits that I saw. One was that uh, normally when I switch off my phone, in my mind, okay, my phone is off, but you have not drawn a boundary. You have not said that, okay, during this time period, I'm not going to touch anything digital, right? So it is more like, okay, let me try to avoid this. So one benefit of drawing clear boundaries is that your mind also doesn't fight it anymore because okay, till 6 o'clock everything is switched off. So you won't think, oh, but this there is this important thing. Can I just check and send a message right now? I need to send this instruction to someone. Can I do that? Right. So there are a lot of these kind of temptations that come in when the boundaries are not clear. But when it's very clear cut that okay, you cannot do these things, then it becomes so much easier to adhere to it. So I think the lesson for all of us is even in daily life, and if you want to implement an intention, draw the lines very clearly. So if you have to get up at a certain time, or you need to finish your or you need to start working on a particular start working on an assignment or a project or something, have a fixed time, have a fixed date, and that should be like sacrosanct. As long as the boundaries are sacrosanct in your mind, they are like, okay, these lines should not be violated. It becomes much easier because now your mind is no longer trying to fight that. Right? So that's why it was actually very easy. And the benefits, one is it was very calming, and calming not just because there's nothing right now, there's nothing switched on, but also that okay, for next 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever time is remaining, that okay, for this much time it's going to be completely peaceful. In fact, I switched off my phone also, so nobody can call me. So that gives you peace of mind. When you have peace of mind, you are able to think with clarity. Right? Normally, so much stuff is being bombarded that we are not able to think very clearly. So yesterday, I could think about many things. I took a lot of notes. So whenever in life you're struggling or you're trying to come up with there's a situation you don't know what to do, you feel like you suspect there are some new ways of solving the problem, but you can't think of it. Do these things. And the other big advantage was since I run a startup, there's always even on Saturday, Sunday, 7 days a week, you're always working. There's always something that you feel like I can do right now. But yesterday it was like okay, 12 hours it's like off. So I actually got sort of not I was still reading books and taking notes, etc. But that was it was in some sense like a enforced break. So this is something that I'll for a couple of weeks I'll try it every week. But I think it's extremely important that we give our mind a break, once in a while. And I think this is a great way of doing it. And the anxiety that we have that somebody will not be able to reach out to us, or what will happen, and there'll be messages I've not responded to. Those anxieties go away when you have drawn the boundary clearly, and when you've communicated, you've told those people as well, right, that I'll not be available. Everyone knows that. Then it's a great feeling. So if you have not tried it out, do check it out and try it out maybe next Saturday, Sunday. I think it's a great thing. So that is what I wanted to share. And now we'll talk about the morning routine, physical workout. So yesterday we had a general discussion. Today let me talk about running specifically, and then after that we'll do a meditation. So talking about running, uh, among all the exercises that I do, running is one of my favorites, probably the most the favorite exercise. And a couple of benefits of running. So uh, one is that if you're thinking about cardiovascular fitness, so how strong your heart is. So I'm not getting into the technical details. I'm also not a doctor, but uh, the way your heart operates, and there are a lot of these a lot of these arteries, which carry blood. So when you work out a lot, especially when you're running, etc., your body is consuming, it needs a lot of oxygen, and your body develops, instead of just the main arteries, there are a lot of small finer arteries that sort of open up, and blood flow has got many other alternatives. So the chances of a heart attack, all of those things come down. In addition to that, running will improve almost everything in your body, right? So the way you feel, uh, the way your lungs work, your lung capacity, all those things, they improve dramatically. And what I've found is that if you're suffering from, if you have anxiety, anything, it could be small things in life which trigger anxiety. Running is really really amazing. That's one question Suraj is asking is cycling good compared to running? So Suraj, I don't do cycling because I have a back injury. So if I bend forward for long periods, it's going to cause me some strain. But I believe cycling is very good. It puts by the way, both cycling and running, they will they will put some strain on the joints, especially on the knees and possibly ankles as well. Right? So you have to be a little careful. Again, there are different people who have different philosophies. There are some people who believe that you should run barefoot without shoes. So as you know, I think Milind Soman is a former model. He runs barefoot. When I couple of years back, I think 2000, actually many years back, 2010, 11, I don't remember. When I ran one of my half marathons, there was a guy I saw. He ran like really fast. His timing was like 1 hour 38 minutes something. So he was like a really good runner, because 1 hour 38 in my mind is like it's amazing. And he ran barefoot. I saw a couple of people running barefoot for like 21 kilometers, and they said it was these guys were telling me that it is much easier to run barefoot than with shoes. But I don't find. I mean, I like good cushioned shoes, and um, so find the right way to run. But I would recommend, like, shoes with good cushion. People say that barefoot is better, but I'm not very sure. Second, people say avoid hard surfaces, which I think probably is true. So if you can, but then running on soft surfaces, it's not always possible. So even if it's on hard surface, I think the as long as you take care of your body well, it should be fine. Next is how much should you run? So the recommended amount is about 20 to 30 kilometers in a week. Right? As in, like, don't people, there's a lot of research on this. So running obviously also wears out your joints. It uh, so in some sense there is some bit of wear and tear. So the question is the benefit more, or is the cost more? Right? And most research indicates that the benefits of running, they are amazing, and there is some cost also. So there is definitely some wear and tear, But my belief, but again, a lot of research, what it says is that if you do it within a limit, so let us say 15, 20 kilometers to 30 kilometers a week, right? Which means, let us say, even if you run up to say 7, 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 3 times a week, that's fine, right? Uh, some people obviously don't believe that, so some people do full marathons, the ultra marathons. So again, I don't know. I mean, in fact, we don't know exactly, right? Um, the pros and cons. Some of those people, they are perfectly fine and they enjoy that, and they remain fit. There are people who do marathons till age of 100. So it is sort of very different for every person. But I would say, if you're running 8 to 10 kilometers 3 times a week, at least in that range, I can say with almost certainty that the downsides are not there, and the upside is mind-boggling, right? I mean, the more than the physical, this thing, the change it brings into your mindset, I would say that is really worth trying, right? So running, highly recommended. One last thing on running. Mm, People who don't run, they find it a little intimidating. So when you start off, um, you feel like, it's so hard. It is very difficult in the beginning, right? But remember that just start small. When I started my IPS training, I was not used to running, and initially, first few days, it's like very, very tough. But gradually get used to it. And I would say, even if you are not a runner, as long as your rest of the body is like, you don't have injuries and you're sort of in shape, um, starting from zero, you can go to like 8, 10 kilometers comfortably. Uh, my guess is like in 3 months, 3 to 5 months, you can very comfortably scale from not running too much to like running 8 to 10K fairly comfortably, right? So just gradually increase. There's not much science to it, and also make your muscles stronger. So lunges, squats, right? Exercise the calf muscles. There's a standing calf raise. So there are these exercises that you can do, and you should do. Do them at least twice a week, and your muscles, once they become strong, then it's amazing. Other thing, of course, forgot to mention the core, right? So the core, the abdomen, back, those muscles also matter a lot. So doing crunches, again, do them carefully with the right form, etc. Those things also, they give you a lot of strength, and they make running easier. So you do those things, and running, as I said, it's a little challenging in the beginning. It feels always hard when you start off, but it's like the one of the best things out there. One question somebody asked was about, how does it compare with swimming. My belief is swimming is just as good, if not probably in some ways even better, because your knee joints are not really, you're not pounding on the pavement, so knee joints are not getting hurt that much. But I don't swim, so I don't have a first-hand experience. But I'm told it's very good for the back. You burn a lot of calories. But the problem with swimming is, a lot of people don't have access to pool, and sometimes it's raining, it's cold, so you can't always do that. Running is always there, and running also is just a change of scenery. You can, like, run around, and swimming, you're always in the same pool. So again, I don't know. I'm not a runner, um, so I don't know if how does it exactly compare. But my belief is that it's an excellent exercise, right? So if you love swimming, just definitely do that. Um, so okay, so let's get started now. We'll do a meditation. So it's 5:14. So I'll give half a minute. Anybody who wants to, okay, this meditation, by the way, we are going to do it live. But those of you who want to do it on your own or do it later, you can feel free to drop off now, and then, yeah, we'll get started. So I'll leave you 30 seconds. Those who want to drop off, you can drop off. Others who are here, you can do the meditation live. Okay, so let's get started. Um, make yourself comfortable. Just find a chair or a cushion to give you back support if required. Sit comfortably. We can sit whichever way you want. There's no No fixed asana or no fixed pose or anything required. Now we'll start with deep breath. So deep breathing. Take a few deep breaths. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. So breathe in, breathe out. Do a couple of nice deep breaths. Breathe in, so with the next deep breath, we'll close our eyes, breathe in, breathe out. Eyes closed. Start breathing normally the way you would naturally breathe. Whether it is shallow or deep, doesn't really matter. Now let's just settle down and let's feel the beat of the body. Let's feel the heaviness and just observe how the body is pushing down on the chair or the floor where you're sitting. And with that heaviness, let us imagine that we are sinking in a little bit and settling down. Now, for a few moments, we will just take our attention to the sounds around us and just observe without judgment any sounds. Let the sounds come and go. We're not trying to change anything. The sounds are not a hindrance to our meditations. We just observe them for a few moments now. Now we'll do a quick body scan. Take our attention to different parts of the body, starting from the top of the head and go down to the feet. And as we do that, observe the sensations without any judgment, without trying to change anything. So let's start from the top of the head. Observe the sensations in the head. Maybe there could be some heaviness or grogginess. Now let's take our attention to the face, the eyes, nose, mouth, the cheeks. Take attention to the neck, the shoulders. To the arms, the left arm and the right arm. To the torso, your chest, back, the spine, the abdomen. Just scan it gently from top to bottom and observe any sensations. Now we'll take our attention to the lower body, starting at the waist, let's go down. So the hips, the seat, thighs, knees, calves, ankle, feet, the toes. So just gently go down and scan and observe any sensations. Now let's take our attention to our breath and we'll observe the breath. As we breathe in, we have different sensations in the body. There's some coldness in the nostrils as the air fills the lungs expand, the stomach rises. So you can just follow the breath and maybe pick one sensation and just observe it minutely. So maybe just the gentle rise and fall of the stomach. And with every breath, just count it. Count from 1 to 10 and start again. As you do that, every ever so often, frequently, you'll find that your mind will tend to wander off. And when that happens, don't blame yourself. Just realize it and release the thought. Don't stick to it. Don't chase it. Just let it go gently and bring your attention back to the breath. And this will probably happen again and again. And that's all right. We'll just realize and bring our attention back to the breath. That's all. That's all that we have to do, and do it without any judgment, without feeling frustrated. That's part of the meditation practice. So if you lose count, that's all right as well. Just start from where you remember. That's okay. So now we'll observe our breath for some time. Taking your own time when you're comfortable, you may open your eyes. Okay, guys. So hope that was hope that session was good. You enjoyed it, and now time to get started with our daily routine. So work out and start the day. It's Monday, so we have the whole week ahead of us. So let's start today and every day with the same focus and resolve, and things will then go well. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Thank you. Bye bye.